Yeah, I'd like to know a number of things. How long is my ban? Am I permanently banned from the UK? If I show up in public in the UK, is it really going to cause disorder or is it going to cause mayhem? And I believe we're the only family to have two members banned from Britain. Are we the most dangerous family in the world to the United Kingdom?
Cenk Uygur just got kicked out of Britain, and now he's furious on Piers Morgan. You're not going to believe what you just heard, and I'm going to break down exactly why it matters. I'm Brandon Mace. This is Political Lens. Tonight, we are breaking down three things. Exactly what Cenk Uygur said that got him banned from an entire country, why his nephew got banned too, and why both of them then went straight onto Piers Morgan's show to explain what happened. For those of you who don't know Cenk Uygur, he is the founder and host of the Young Turks, one of the largest left-wing YouTube channels on the internet. He has millions of followers. He ran for Congress. He has built an entire career telling Americans that the mainstream media is corrupt and that the radical progressive movement is the answer to all of society's problems. His nephew, Hassan Piker, also known as Hassanabi, is a Twitch streamer with hundreds of thousands of daily viewers. Together, they represent two of the most prominent voices in the far-left political media ecosystem. Last week, both of them were invited to speak at South by Southwest London, one of the world's largest creative and technology festivals, and to give a speech at Oxford University, and they never made it off the runway. Check this out.
How long is my ban? Am I permanently banned from the UK? If I show up in public in the UK, is it really going to cause disorder or is it going to cause mayhem? And I believe we're the only family to have two members banned from Britain. Are we the most dangerous family in the world to the United Kingdom? What are the standards for how you can criticize Israel? Will you ban billions of people in this world who are critical of Israel, or over 60% of Americans? Will you ever explain why you ban people? Will you clarify what gets you banned? And why are you singling out one country that cannot be criticized? Israel's population is about the size of Papua New Guinea's. Are you also banning people for criticizing Papua New Guinea?
The UK Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, a Labour politician, officially revoked both of their electronic travel authorizations. That is their right to enter Britain. The official government statement said their presence in the UK, quote, may not be conducive to the public good. And I want you to pay very close attention to what that means, because that phrase does a lot of heavy lifting. Take a look at this. Cenk Uygur posted on X. I've been banned from the UK. I tried to get on a flight to London. I've been banned for criticizing Israel. Are we free anymore? This is oppression of Western citizens by our own governments on behalf of a different country. And within minutes, his nephew Hassan Piker posted his own response. The UK has revoked my visa as well, all at the behest of Israel. The West is betraying liberal values for a genocidal fascist foreign government. Did you hear that? Two men banned from an entire country, and their immediate response is to blame Israel, simply because, in my opinion, everyone is noticing Israel seems to have some type of stranglehold in all these countries due to their proxy organizations. Freedom of speech is trampled because of the ADL, or Jewish organizations dipping their hand everywhere to police criticism. Now let's break down really what happened here, because this story is far more explosive than the mainstream media is letting on. According to the Times of London, the Home Secretary's decision was specifically based on three things. Number one, comments Cenk Uygur made about the United Kingdom's grooming gangs scandal, comments he made live on Piers Morgan's own show. Number two, his rhetoric since the October 7th Hamas terror attack in 2023. And number three, a government assessment that his presence would risk exacerbating antisemitism across Britain. The reality is this: Cenk Uygur went on Piers Morgan's show and dismissed the existence of organized grooming networks that destroyed the lives of hundreds of British children. The British government read that transcript, watched that interview, and said, not on our soil. And it wasn't just Cenk. His nephew Hassan Piker, a man who told millions of people that America deserved 9/11, was simultaneously stripped of his right to enter Britain. The same Hassan Piker who publicly stated, on the record, that Hamas was, quote, 1,000 times better than Israel, and that he would vote for Hamas over Israel every single time. That is the man who was going to speak at a panel at SXSW London and give a speech at Oxford University. And we know that is not a statement the media will take lightly. Israel is the most moral place in the world, remember. Very laughable statement to make. You want to know why that matters? Because this is not a right-wing government making this call. This is the Labour Party, the British equivalent of the Democratic Party. The ideological allies of Cenk Uygur and Hassan Piker just told both of them, you have gone too far. Even we won't let you in. And that is where this story gets truly explosive. Stay with me. Because here is what the media is completely burying. After being banned from Britain, Cenk went directly onto Piers Morgan's show, the same show where he made the grooming gang comments that got him banned, and doubled down on everything. Watch this.
I mean, isn't it absurd that you're only banning people for criticizing one country? Do you not see any of those double standards? So, and finally, what I would ask him is Britain free or is it not free? Are British citizens allowed to have the same opinion as me, travel outside of the country and be allowed back in? Or will they also be banned? Because I would guess that a great majority of British citizens agree with my point of view on Israel, not their point of view. So how far are you going to take this absurdity in protecting a different country in Britain, and by the way, ruining your reputation as the home of freedom by doing so?
Here is the bigger picture, and this is what the mainstream media will never connect for you. Cenk Uygur and Hassan Piker are not random figures. They are the intellectual architects of an entire generation of progressive political thought in America. Their content is consumed by millions of young people every single day. And what this UK ban tells us is that even the political left, even the international progressive movement, has reached a breaking point with their own media voices. And that breaking point is any and all criticism of Israel, apparently. Think about what actually happened here. The British Labour government, which is deeply aligned with the American left, looked at the combined record of these two men and concluded that allowing them into the country posed a genuine risk to public safety and social cohesion. That is not a right-wing assessment. That is not a conservative talking point. That is the verdict of their own ideological peers. The radical left spent years attacking every institution in the Western world. They called the police racist. They called Western governments fascist. They defended Hamas and criticized Israel. And they did it all from the safety of their studios, their social media platforms, and their massive audiences, never once believing that their words would have any real-world consequences. Well, the consequences just arrived, in the form of 2 revoked travel authorizations and the British government telling them in plain English, you are not welcome here. The reality is, this is what happens when radical progressive media figures finally have to answer for the things they've been saying for years, not in a debate, not in a comment section, in a government order signed by a cabinet minister with their names on it. And they responded, predictably, by going on television and declaring themselves victims, not because of all the other things they've said, exclusively for what they said about Israel. Drop your opinion down in the comments below. Did Britain make the right call? And is Cenk Uygur a victim of censorship, or is he the author of his own consequences? Let's talk about it. If this breakdown gave you the full picture, share it with someone who's only seeing the mainstream media's version of this story. We'll see you in the next video here on Political Lens.